One thing you'll notice is that we have two different handles. There's a left handle and a right handle. And you'll notice that it's all color coordinated. We have green tubing on the left handle on the inside and green tubing on the inside of the frame here. So this green tube connects into this green tube up inside the handle. Here you'll see a gray lock pin. This gray lock pin slides up inside of the tubing and you'll see the open face of the tubing. So really this runs up inside the channel of the upper tube. So what I do is I put it down over top and I just make sure that gray pin lines up inside the channel. You can see. When I turn the handle a little bit to the right, you'll find that it slides up and down very easily. So then all I have to do is find the hole that I want to have the handle set at. And once I get that, take the bolt out here. You'll notice that our bolt has a pencil head taper to it so that it makes it easier for the bolt to find the hole. So all I have to do is put the bolt where I want it to go, line the handle up straight again, and really you want to tap this brake pad. The brake pad lines everything up. You'll always notice that the hole is not a perfect hole through, and it never will be. And the reason why we tap on the brake is to jiggle everything up inside so that the bolt will pass through much more easily. So when I go to do this, I can tap on this brake pad with my knee as such, and you'll see the bolt goes right through. The bolt is also set up like a hex bolt, and the frame has a hex hole. So when I push that through, I want to be certain that the hex of the bolt is recessed right into the hex of the frame. So that way the handle can't move. It'll hold it really tight. And then I take the star knob and just tighten it on. And do the other handle, and everything's exactly the same, except we're dealing with a red tube here and a red tube here, so everything's coordinated. So I do the same thing, put the handle over top, turn it a little bit to the right, up and down very easily. Take the bolt, get it to where I want it to go, and I can tap like this, line that up, recess it into the hex hole, and there we go. All the backrest, and you'll notice that our backrest has a red dot on this, there's a green dot on this. There are two holes here on either side of the handle of the backrest, and you can have depth adjustability to this backrest depending on which hole you put onto this side of the handle. So a lot of times when I set it up for the first time, I put it on the furthest so I can have the backrest at the deepest point. So you just line this up with this side, and the keys will hold it in place and allow it to rotate to flip around to the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. So I just put it like this, get it on there like that, and then I take the bolt, pass the bolt through, and the hex nut should go on the outer side, and the hex nut actually goes inside a recessed hex hole in the handle here. And then I just take a Phillips screwdriver, which is the only tool you need, and tighten that on. The way you know you're doing this right is that the green here should go on the green side with the tubing, and the red goes on the red side with the tubing, and then you know the backrest is on properly. So I put this on as well. And also the very first clue you'll have that you did it right is that the backrest will flip up and not down. So now that the backrest is on properly, it can flip around to this side to allow for two-position seating. So now I can sit on this side and pull up close to table so that the handle's getting in the way. The setup of your walker. Next you'll want to put the basket on. You'll see we have two hooks, and the hooks rest right on this part of the frame. So all I do is I angle it like such, put it on like this,